Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for joining up for our WWE Evolution recap. You could make the argument that this probably should have happened a long time ago, but now that we have the first all-female event, we got to break this down retro now.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to be honest, not all of the matches interested me. Some of them I found a little boring, but we do have to start off with a massive match, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. Now, something that stands out to me here is the fact that they actually had Becky win against such a big name in Charlotte. She's certainly a legendary female wrestler at this point, but it was a last woman standing match.
The first ever.
Yeah, WWE SmackDown Women's Championship was on the line. Becky Lynch came in as the champ, and she holds on to it.
Well, this is the best match of the night. I mean, it was by far the longest match of the night.
Yeah, it was a long one. It was almost 30 minutes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. 28:40 was the official time.
I thought it was longer than that.
It felt longer. I'm with you. I mean, it felt like, you know, one of the main event matches from some of these other big-time pay-per-views.
Well, I can definitely tell you that Charlotte Flair got jacked up a lot in that match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was kind of weird to me because the ending of the match saw Charlotte Flair almost get to her feet, like kind of on her knees, and they called her the 10 count. They called her out of the match.
Mm-hmm.
But the same thing happened twice before, like she was kind of on her knees, and they stopped the 10 count. So I was like, what?
Little inconsistent there.
What's going on there?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I did want to bring up the fact that I thought both wrestlers were very impressive in this match. I thought it was a great match.
Oh, definitely.
Physically speaking. And I've been a big fan of Becky for a while. I think many other fans of wrestling kind of agree with me that she has been wasted for the past couple years or so.
Yeah, she's kind of been in limbo there.
But now, maybe this is changing. You know, we didn't see Alexa Bliss, so this was definitely the two biggest names in the pay-per-view. And Becky might come out, you know, other than Ronda, we'll get to her, but she might come out as the #1 female wrestler out of WWE Evolution.
They've been trying to make her a bad guy for a couple weeks now in the feud against Charlotte. Like, Charlotte's the good guy, Becky's the bad guy.
Yeah.
But it's not working.
how
They're still
could you not
cheering
like her?
Becky.
Yes, man. That seems like a fail, but whatever.
People feel for Becky. They feel her pain.
She's amazing. I love Becky. Anyways, congratulations to her. She is the champ. Ronda Rousey, she did defeat Nikki Bella, reality TV show star. She had Brie Bella along with her. It was pretty much billed as like a Ronda versus the Bellas, which was cool and all. And I think we all knew Ronda was going to win.
Well, Ronda is so dominant. You had to give Nikki someone else on her side. I mean, because Brie definitely made her presence felt on that side. Because a straight-up match between Ronda and Nikki is going to go nowhere. I mean, Ronda's going to kick the shit out of her.
Especially, Ronda was an MMA fighter. Yeah, right? Ronda's going to destroy.
Yeah, we're never going to take Nikki versus Ronda seriously.
Mm-hmm. Which is a shame, because guess what? I would take Becky versus Ronda seriously once they eventually do it.
Well, they are going to do it here at Survivor Series.
That's what I'm saying, man. That is big time for the female wrestling division.
But I still think Ronda's going to kick the shit out of her.
I mean, at this point, Ronda is the biggest name by far. But for the hardcore wrestling fans, I think a lot of us are probably going to be rooting for the likes of Becky in this division. But let's look at the event as a whole. Retro, what's your opinion on this? Was it a win, a fail? Should there be more all-female pay-per-views, or is there not enough stars here?
Well, I think there's definitely more than enough stars, but I think the overall pay-per-view was average.
I agree. I was expecting more. I think I might have been more excited than most. You probably with me. We were both looking forward to this one.
Yay!
But we've been hyping up the female division. We have buddies who love wrestling, and they kind of, you know, they don't agree. Let's just put it that way. But the wrestling has been much better from the female division. They're taking it a lot more seriously. So that's why it's definitely time for them to get this event. I don't know if it should be billed as something just for women, like, oh, girl power, because I think this should be a celebration of the entire wrestling fan base. This is great, man, and I want to see them do better next time.
I think I think they will. I mean, I definitely think Survivor Series will be better. I think that the upcoming pay-per-view Crown Jewel coming up on Friday.
Oh yeah, that's this Friday.
Yeah, that's this Friday. I think
Interesting timing, just because of the match between Charlotte and Becky. It gets really high regards for me simply because that one match. The problem is,
that was a pretty good match.
I was a little bit bored around some of the other ones. But any that you want to talk about, any that stand out to you?
Well, I mean, obviously we got to talk about Trish Stratus and Lita.
Yeah, see, I'll admit I didn't know about that match coming into it. Somehow I was blinded by that one. I know I was left out on some of the hype. So I was interested that they brought back the old school rival for this event. What'd you think?
I mean, 3 of the 4 participants in this match were in wrestling at that time. I mean, Mickie James, Trish Stratus, and Lita. Mm-hmm. Now, does this mean that Trish Stratus and Lita are coming back at least on a part-time basis?
They seem kind of past their prime at this point,
well,
but
they look damn good. And Trish Stratus is 41, while Lita is 43. But I mean, we saw last night on Raw, Trish Stratus and Lita were on the show, and Trish Stratus and Lita were at the Royal Rumble. So they've been kind of involved with WWE quite a bit this year. But
it's smart on WWE's standpoint, just considering Trish has got to be like one of the top, maybe even 3 most famous women wrestlers of all time.
I consider her the greatest female wrestler in my generation.
Okay, so you put her way up there. I was gonna say, I'm trying to think. I mean, Sable was one of the most popular,
before me,
and she was not billed as like a big time fighter. She would come out and look great.
No, Trish Stratus was the first greatest true wrestler of my generation. I mean, we got the fabulous Moolah, Mae Young, back
Mae
in
Young,
the day.
of course, we got to talk about her. And I think nowadays Charlotte's going to be in that conversation as well. But that's a video we should make another day.
That's a topic for another time.
Watch out for that. Now, as far as the, you had the, what is this? Shayna sorry if I mispronounced
Shayna Baszler's pretty big.
Yeah, that was the fight against, is it Kairi Sane, I think? Or Kairi Sane?
Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
Kairi Sane.
Anyway, so that was for the NXT Women's Championship. Considering we've been getting so much talent out of the NXT from the women's division, that I guess that's going to be the next ones coming up, hopefully.
Well, that's an interesting point there, RJ. There's so many good female wrestlers coming up. I think there's not enough room on a 3-hour show for all of them.
Oh, these shows are so long as it is.
And the guys at the same time, you got to split time. But Shayna Baszler is a big name. I've heard her name quite a bit.
Nia Jax defeating the other 19 women in the Battle Royale. So this was for, I guess, a chance at the Women's Championship. So there was a lot on the line.
Yeah, kind of like the Royal Rumble. It didn't follow the regular Battle Royale format. All 20 women started the match at the same time.
It was a cluster F for sure.
Like, what? That's too many people.
It was unique. I thought it was quite the sight to see. But just like a lot of these other matches, big Royal Rumble type matches between the man wrestlers, you got the big brute a lot of times coming up as the guy at the end there, and this time you have the brute female winning.
It came down to Ember Moon and Nia Jax, and the crowd was really, really behind Ember Moon, and I thought they were actually going to have her win. That would not have been a bad decision, but she didn't. And
we knew that
Nia Jax.
They're still trying to push Nia Jax. Doesn't seem like the fan base is totally behind her, but as we've learned from wrestling, they don't really care about that sometimes. They're going to push who they damn well please.
Well, I mean, she's a fan favorite, and she's a really nice person. But I like Ember Moon, but I couldn't believe the support behind her. That was pretty amazing.
Would you possibly like to see a bra and panties match?
Well, essentially, a lot of these women are wearing bra and panties. I mean,
Close
they're
enough.
not wearing much.
Hey, let us know what you guys want in the comments section below. Hit the like button. That is greatly appreciated and lets us know you would like more wrestling videos in the future.
As always, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Stay trippy.